Hello and welcome to Wolfman Gaming. This is my Metro Exodus Good Ending walkthrough, and this is Mission 1, also known as Moscow. And I think technically this counts as Mission 2, but I refuse to acknowledge the tutorial as a real mission. And in this mission we are introduced to the stealth mechanics of this game, which has been a staple in the series since the beginning. And if you're new to the series or new to this channel, on Artyom's wrist he has a little lamp. And if that lamp is lit, it means that Artyom is illuminated and can be spotted by enemies. And if the light is turned off, it means that you are in the dark. You can't see it right now because I don't have a weapon, so he has his... I don't know where he has his hands actually. But I think as soon as we take down this guy, you see the little lamp lit in blue on his left wrist. So that is something you have to keep track of when you're sneaking in these games. In this one it's quite visible whether you are lit or not. I just hope that you can see properly, because this place is fucking dark, man. And that I just threw there was a little metal can that you can throw to distract enemies or move their attention to another area, or in which direction they look. That is a mechanic that is a good addition to the game, but on normal I don't think I've ever... I'm not gonna swear because I haven't gone through the entire walkthrough yet. I can't remember if I ever used it in the game except for that one instance. But I think it will make a big difference on the higher levels, and now you're gonna see a transition because here is quite a lengthy, unskippable cutscene. But when we get control of Artyom again, we are outside. And what you want to do is move up here on the left and crouch down as soon as you get to these pipes. Be quick about it, because there are two guards to my right that are gonna start moving up this way. And if you're really quick down the stairs, you can sneak in behind these pipes and don't have to wait for them to pass. And when we get up here, we're just gonna throw our amazing throwing knife. Throwing knives, one of the best weapons in the entire series. But they have nerfed them a little bit in this installment, it seems, because sometimes when I've thrown knives at enemies, human enemies that is, in Metro 2033 and Last Light, when you threw a knife it was an instant kill state on a human enemy, no matter where you put it. But sometimes in this game, if I have thrown a knife and it has hit the enemy in the arm or the leg, he doesn't die. I don't know if that is both when he is in a relaxed state or in an aggroed state, because I know that when enemies aggro in this game, they do take a little bit more punishment before they go down. That is a tip that they show you during loading screens in this game. That adrenaline kicks in and they can take a little bit more of a beating. But if the throwing knife hits center mass, which means the torso, the back, the head, of course, it is an instant kill state on human enemies, unless they have heavy armor, but there are only like 2 or 3 instances throughout this entire game where the heavy armor enemies are. And there is a really effective way to take them down, which I will show you in this guide, of course. As I fuck about here for a little bit, because I switched out the wrong weapon first. I switched my Kalash for this pistol, and I was supposed to switch my pistol for it. Just because it was a bit smoother than just stripping it off the sight and putting it on the pistol I already had. But I must say, I have always enjoyed the sneaking parts in these games, because it feels really satisfying because it works so well. Apparently in the first version of Metro 2033, it didn't work well at all. Because enemies had like super sight and could spot you whenever, wherever, if You were even in a different city than they were. But after they fixed it, and in Last Light and this game, it has always worked well, and I've enjoyed it so much because the stealth path is always very easy to find. And also, when I'm stealth taking down enemies, that is something I need to tell you, and I think you should do as well. I always go for the knockdown, not the kill. There is one place I go for the kill, and I will tell you why, but that is in a later mission. But I think that whether you use the knockdown or the kill does affect your karma a little bit. I'm not 100% sure. This is a little bit me winging it. And here is another transition, by the way. Just because there is a conversation between them when you untie Yermak, I think his name is. But what was I talking about? Karma points! Also a staple in this series. As I've said, this guide is for how to get the good ending. And you need to get good moral points, as they are officially called. I always call them karma points, God knows why. I think it's a leftover since I played Fallout 3 a few years back. And sometimes I think it does affect your karma, because in this game, when you take on a group of enemies, especially, I'm not gonna say especially bandits, but that's when it has happened to me most. If there is one or maybe two guys left, sometimes they will surrender. And that was a little bit of a problem, or something I was a little bit anxious about during my recording, since I have turned off the subtitles, so I don't have anything that distracts on the screen. But sometimes you will hear an enemy when he's left alone because you have killed all his friends, that he throws down his weapon, he reaches for the sky and gives up. And I think I always go for the knockdown in those instances, because it shows I'm a great guy and I do not kill the people that have given up, basically. Don't be a douche on the battlefield. And I think that may affect your karma in the end. But karma points in this game have been improved, should I say? Because in this game they make a lot more sense overall than they did in the previous installments. I know in Metro Last Light you would get a karma point, can't remember which level, but you were riding a metro train, and if you went to the back of the train, you got a good moral point. Why you got it? I have no idea. But that was one of those because video game moments. And this fight we're in right now, if you want to cheese this one, you can. Because behind me there are some lockers. And you can camp down behind them and just wait. And it will take a little while, but Anna will take out all the enemies for you. In some of these instances where you have allies with you, you see those lockers right there to my left right now, which I'm crouching in behind now. If you sit here and just wait, Anna will kill all the enemies. That is something that actually works in this game. It does take a while, but if you want to be safe, do it. And in this chapter, mission, whatever you want to call it, level, I'm gonna show you how to get a bonus trophy called Brakeman, because we are stealing a train, the train we're gonna use throughout this game, the Aurora, which we'll name it. We're gonna steal it, and you can get a bonus trophy aboard that train. And you will see a trophy pop in this video that's called Saboteur. It will most likely not pop for you in the same place as it did for me. And that trophy is for knocking out or killing, I think it's 50 enemies. And that is just because trophies stack. All those trophies, kill related or anything, stack in between playthroughs. So that is the reason it popped for me right there. So if you replay the game, if you don't get it on your first run, you'll probably get it on your second. But here we are gonna get Brakeman. You will not see that trophy pop. But Brakeman is unlocked by detaching the first 2 train cards. And you have to detach them one by one. It doesn't work if you just detach the second one, which will detach both of them. And here I'm standing here, because this is also one of those things. My gas mask is pretty broken, and if you tap L1 when you have a hole right there on the left, he will put a piece of duct tape on it, and that will unlock a trophy called Martian. But here is the first train card. It's just to the left of the door. So don't open the door, go for the lever there instead, and you will see this little animation of Artyom detaching it. And that is first one. We're gonna do that on this train card as well. And in here we're just gonna hug the right wall and squeeze our fat belly in between these crates and the wall. So these guys are none the wiser. And if you don't want to detach the train cars, you can just continue onwards. No enemies in these wagons will move up and attack you from behind. You are completely safe. As soon as you move into the next train car, the guys in the previous one more or less cease to exist. But as soon as you detach that one, the second one, your trophy called Brakeman will unlock. And I think this... no, it might be in the next car. You get the Saboteur trophy. In here you just have to take out the first guy. Miller and your friends on the other train will take out the second guy. Yes, I think this is the one. And in this train car we are gonna sneak under the floor. Which is really fun. As I said, I really enjoy the stealth parts in these games because they work. It always feels satisfying. And yes, there we have it. Saboteur trophy. As I said, it will probably not pop for you. And if every kill actually counts, so if you want to, you can farm these kill trophies and stuff like that. I did that with the sniper trophy. We have to kill 50 enemies at long distance. But we have reached the end of the Moscow level, and I want to thank you very much for watching, and I will see you again in my next video. So until next time, this is the Wolfman signing off.